Go ahead and call the regular council meeting to order. Amy Costick, will you lead us in the pledge?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Ready?
Yep.
Can I have a roll call?
McKinney.
Here.
Shaver. Here. Saracey.
Here.
Raton.
Here.
Heights.
Here.
Thank you.
May I have a motion to excuse Christina Backnick?
So moved. Second.
Raton.
Aye.
Heights.
Aye.
McKinney.
Aye.
Shaver. Aye. Saracey.
Aye.
May I have a motion to approve the March 19th regular council meeting minutes?
So moved.
Second.
Saracey.
Aye.
Shaver.
Aye.
McKinney.
Aye.
Raton.
Aye.
Heights.
Aye.
Thank you.
From our solicitor this evening, Mr. Jim Lyons.
Good evening, Mr. Mayor. No report tonight. Thank you.
Thank you. I don't have a report this evening either. From our village administrator, this will be for her last time this evening, Amy Costick.
Our water plant is almost completely down. I didn't see the latest pictures, but there was still some standing the last time I looked. Streetscape on 3rd Street is underway. A bridge inspection report is in your packet. Just Run Lake County is going to take place on Saturday, May 25th in town from 9 to 11. And finally, I wanted to thank Mayor Manross, Village Council, all my coworkers. You're the most amazing group of people to go above and beyond every day for the village. It's been a pleasure working with all of you for the last 6 years, so I look forward to helping you, Fairport Harbor, in my new role. So thank you again. I appreciate it.
Anybody have any questions of Amy? we have a resolution to read in her honor too, so that's coming up next. So I don't want you to think we're just kind of, that's her swan song and that's it. We got a little more planned. But council, do you have any questions or anything at this point for the report? I'm sure you folks may want to have something to say after we do the resolution, but, and I would like to do that next. So I think I need a motion to move the resolution up to this time of the meeting. That would be resolution 2024-25.
So moved, Mayor. Second.
Hang on. Heights?
Aye.
Bertone?
Aye.
McKinney?
Aye.
Shaver? Aye. Sarosi?
Aye.
Thank you.
Resolution number 2024-25, a resolution in appreciation and commendation of Amy Cossack for her service to the Village of Fairport Harbor. Whereas Amy Cossack began her employment with the Village of Fairport Harbor as a part-time village administrator on June 11, 2018, and became full-time on May 13, 2019. Amy has accepted a position with the Lake Development Authority, and her last day with the village will be April 12, 2024. And whereas during her tenure with the village, Amy has been responsible for the success of numerous events such as Village Fest, golf cart parades, and the Red, White, and Blue Festival, which Amy organized when Mardi Gras needed to be canceled during the COVID-19. She was essential during COVID-19 and made sure that the village continued to run smoothly regardless of the challenges and obstacles that we faced. And whereas Amy has been instrumental in several significant projects such as the water connection with the city of Painesville, the water plant demolition, that, by the way, didn't start until after she officially departed. I don't know what that says about Amy's tenure. But, High Street and Third Street landscape projects, as well as the beginning phases of the new transient marina project. In the last short 6 years, Amy has sought out and received substantial funding for the village for various projects totaling over $1,139,000. And I would say if we added a good portion of the $2.5 million that we got in principal forgiveness and low interest loans for the waterworks too. I mean, it's a staggering amount of money, Amy, that you were able to bring into the village in your service to us. Whereas Amy has faithfully served the village and its residents and has performed her duties with the utmost dedication. She has been an excellent employee and supervisor for the Village of Fairport Harbor and was also the recipient of the 2019 Fairport Harbor Employee of the Year Award. She will be greatly missed, and we wish her all the best in her future endeavors. Now therefore be it resolved by the Council of the Village of Fairport Harbor, County of Lake, and State of Ohio, that this council on its own behalf and on behalf of the administration and citizens of Fairport Harbor recognizes and honors Amy Cossack for her innumerable achievements and contributions she has made to the betterment of our village. Therefore, this resolution shall be in full force and effective immediately upon its passage by council and approval by the mayor. Move to adopt.
Move to adopt.
Second.
Bertone?
Aye.
McKinney?
Aye.
Shaver? Aye. Sarosi?
Aye.
Heights?
Aye.
Thank you.
That's it?
Yeah, we,
So before I do ask for comments from council, I just want to say, Amy, again, it has been an honor to serve with you. You're everything that's good in public service. You're everything that's good in a public servant. You're an example, seriously. You take, running a village of this size is probably like running a city of a bigger size. It really doesn't matter. We had a water plant, police, fire, service department. You've got, I mean, you wore so many hats here, you know, and again, the counseling that you've given me over these 6 years has been just greatly, greatly appreciated. But in a nation that's as divided as we seem to be, at the local level, we find a way to work together, right? And it's because, again, a public servant such as yourself. Having to lose you is tough. Losing you to the Lake County Port Authority makes the bitter pill a whole lot easier to swallow, because I know the Port Authority has been very focused on the Fairport Harbor projects. You've worked well with that team there, so it gives me great hopes, seriously, for the future of our village. But I can't thank you enough. Okay, yeah. So I'll open it up to council if you guys have got anything to say, and then we'll move on.
Well, Mayor, 6 years ago, I mean, I think it was an easy decision when we brought Amy on board. and we were very hopeful because you brought a different demeanor to the village at that time. Very hopeful, very friendly, personable, and you didn't let us down. And it was sad when you called to say you were leaving, but at the same time happy because I don't think any of us were surprised that someone else was going to recognize you the same way we did. You've been a great friend to everybody here, a great partner, a great friend to your employees, and there's no way to really thank you for all that you've done. Mayor listed off a number of great things you did, but it's all the other things that most people will never see that you did on a daily basis, and what your staff thought of you, and generally what the village thinks of you. So thank you. Great job. Come back every day if you can.
Thank you, Tony, thank you.
I would just say keep using that communication degree that you have, because having that steady, calm voice is very nice for everybody, council, mayor, and the village residents also. So thank you for everything.
Thank you, appreciate it.
But again, do we have to vote that she's leaving? Because I'm still voting no. Like,
I would have voted no. I wouldn't even allowed it to get to the council floor, Jerry, if I had a choice. So,
I think we already did.
yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, Clyde, you got a tough act to follow. From our engineer, Clyde.
Yes,
Haddon.
thanks, Mr. Mayor, members of council. I too want to thank Amy for all the work we did together, and you were certainly a pleasure to work with. I really appreciated it, and thank you very much.
Thank you, Clyde.
Congratulations, and good luck in the new role. I'll be very brief since Amy talked about a couple of my projects already, but Chestnut Street, that project is substantially complete. We have some punch list items to work on, including some stormwater ponding, restoration issues, sidewalk replacements, and some manhole and inlet basin adjustments. The downtown streetscape, as Amy mentioned, is moving along. They're working on the curbs and sidewalks now, today, this week. The water plant demo is finally got Amy left and we got it going. So that's underway. And the water tower, that construction is underway. The fabrication and the shop paint is ongoing and on schedule off-site. And that tower erection will begin soon. We do need to, sooner than later, pick some type of art design paint for the tower. I know that in your packets you should have some examples. I think the Rich Eifleys from our office put together. So we need to talk about that. We need to come to a decision pretty quickly on this so we can get the materials ordered.
When do you need a decision by, Clyde?
Rich? End of this month? Yeah. End of this month. End of this month, we need to have a decision.
Is that an administrative decision, or do I need to take this before a body? Not that I mind taking it before a body, but I don't see my picture on anything here either. Which is a good thing.
Good, right?
Yeah.
It's on the
which
back
is a
side
good.
that just faces the river. So.
Faces Painesville Township.
Forgot to include that one in there, Mayor.
Right.
In terms of that's strictly to your discretion, administrative council consensus on your wishes, since it is a focal point for the village and visitors. They'll be duplicated on both sides of the tank, and you would also indicate which way it faces, towards High Street, towards East Street, towards, yeah, so.
I
These
like-
renderings were just,
Right. I guess the one that I like the most would be the Fairport Harbor with our two logos. I don't know, and it has our font.
Yeah. I agree with that, Mayor. And you have a planning commission Thursday, so maybe we get some larger blow-ups and you get planning commission buy-in, and
Okay.
at least you're letting it out on the public 2 times so people can comment on it, because it is going to be the first thing you see, not when you enter the village, but when you get on the Richmond Street Bridge
Right.
and you're heading in. And our logo, I think, is appropriate. And maybe while we're doing that, if you look further back, we also have the police logo. And maybe we should look at standardizing on a logo for the village, where the village logo is on everything, and we don't have individual logos going
Okay.
forward. Not that that's not a beautiful patch, right? But maybe we want to standardize on everything we do.
All right, so, yeah, Clyde, when we, after the meeting, I'll show you which ones I'd like to see blown up, and we'll put those before planning then. Okay, thank you.
And don't make it look like a golf tee. A couple of those look like a golf
Yeah.
tee, right?
Yeah.
And we don't want to be known for that.
Agreed. Anybody got any strong opinions on the light blue or the darker blue? I like the light blue.
I like the light blue as well.
Yeah, I like the light blue with the logo and the font.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fair.
Just real quick, I
Yes,
mean,
sir.
just to throw it out there. Any large corporations sponsoring, you know,
Oh, yeah.
Yes,
I mean, naming rights
yeah.
for a fee?
Well, of course, for a
Absolutely.
fee, I mean, to help
Absolutely.
the village, you know.
Absolutely,
help
to your
offset.
discretion.
I mean, I don't know if anybody else, you know, I mean, are we talking a couple bucks, or are we talking, I mean, obviously, we're not talking First Energy Stadium money or anything like that, but, I mean, I just figured that was food for thought.
That would be beyond my expertise.
So you want to see
Wouldn't
Jeff,
value-
you just want to see Jeff's on that at the next
You
meeting?
don't have a checkbook big enough. If I can't put my face on there, I ain't playing.
But I mean, I just figure, you know, if it's another way for the village to recoup some money, or, you know, I mean, food for thought, that's,
Any
I'll
opinions
just
on
throw it
that,
out
Jim?
there.
Pardon me?
Any opinions on that? Selling naming rights to the tower?
I think you could sell it. You could ask for requests for proposals, you know, from people. I don't think, obviously, we can do it by the end of, you know, April. I think it's hard to say how much that would bring in. I think we should maybe talk to some other communities that are smaller, like us, and find out, you know, what kind of money they've reaped to determine whether or not you want to go forward. That's the way I would think you'd do it.
And of course, we'd still have to approve designs, you know, have design approval and everything. It's not they couldn't do whatever they wanted with it.
I think Madison's got sponsorship on theirs. Madison Village? I think Village. Yeah, I think it's Madison Village.
Okay. Anything
So-
else for Clyde?
It sort of does have sponsorship though, right? Taxpayers?
It does, for
So
sure.
it's not a loss directly if we don't do that. Not that it's not a bad idea. I'm just, someone out there might think that or say that, so.
Clyde, do you want to go over the, what we discussed briefly at the streets and sidewalks?
Oh, sure. Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you.
At the Streets and Sidewalks meeting earlier today, we talked about the roads that are going to be paved, or planning to be paved this year, which includes from a funding source from the CDBG. For this year, we have money available for New 4th Street from Eagle to Plum, 5th Street from High to Plum, and Paradise Court for its entirety, Vine to Chestnut. Also, this year, we have an OPWC project for 5th Street, which will include sanitary and storm improvements as well as resurfacing. We talked about that. The mayor had talked about milling New 4th in front of the school and possibly all the way from east to, what are we talking about?
You talk about a New 4th?
New 4th, east to Eagle Street, maybe milling that off to eliminate the potholes that are there. We talked about protecting the turnouts on Chestnut Street when we do the milling on 4th Street. That project is a potential OPWC project for 2025, 2026. So when we get around to resurfacing that, it might be in the fall of 2025 or spring and summer of 2026, if we elect to go with an OPWC project for that. Let's see. That's about all I have in my notes, Mayor. Did you have anything else from?
No, I think that covered it. We'll need to just verify with Chris the dollars, and then,
Right.
but we'll have all that when you go out for bid, right? And then all that comes back to council.
Yes.
So with the rest of council, what we'll do is we'll share this document with you guys in the next packet. If there's anything that somebody's thinking that we didn't think of at the streets and sidewalks, bring it to our attention before we, get too far down the road. But I thought we got a pretty good swath again with the monies that are available. So thank you for that, Clyde.
And then
Thank you.
Also, Clyde, a couple of those sections of sidewalks. Remember we talked about the one on East Street up by Dollar General and.
Yeah, there's Mr. McKinney pointed out a problem with a section of sidewalk near the Dollar General. And I sent a memo to the administration and David Dashy to have that property owner come up with a fix for that. And we are going to do some additional sidewalk on Chestnut Street as well. Any damaged sidewalk that we had on Chestnut Street is part of the existing project that we're doing right now.
Okay, thanks again, Clyde.
Thank you.
From our fiscal officer, Christine Page.
For, the month of March, we brought in $343,299.90. The majority of that is real estate taxes into the village. Your expenditures for the month were $367,968.20. Your reconciled balance is $3,567,158.28. In the month of March, we made $15,159.09. And year-to-date, our revenue is $1,012,451.08. Year-to-date expenditures are $1,535,413.45. Your package includes the reconciliation reports and outstanding payment, I see it's got outstanding payments, and your receipt register for the month and payment register for the month. Questions?
I do not.
Awesome.
Thank you, Chris.
You're welcome.
Committee report, Safety Committee. Mr. Saracen?
I've been talking to Chief Lloyd and Chief Coran, and we're hoping to get this levy, for the necessity for the levy, to pass it as soon as we can. They've done a lot of hard work to show exactly what we need to make ourselves stronger, both in the police and the fire. So we'll be talking about that later in the levy vote.
Thank you, sir.
And I want to thank them for all the hard work. A lot of it, if you could have seen Saturday, both departments working together. There was somebody that thought there was one of the kite people on the kites, I don't know what the heck you call it. They were down there for hours and hours, and they even had the Coast Guard, but just to show how hard they work and how efficient we are as a village with both safeties.
We don't see that from the south end of town.
You ought to come down maybe and walk the beach once in a while.
Gotcha.
Or my
Thank
dog.
you. Thank you. All right, I need a motion to pay the bills.
So moved.
Second.
Saracen?
Aye.
Shaver?
Aye.
McKinney?
Aye.
Bertone?
Aye.
Heights?
Aye.
Thank you.
Resolution number 2024-26, a resolution to place delinquent accounts upon the tax list of the Village of Fairport Harbor for collection and declaring an emergency.
Move to adopt.
Second.
Move to suspend.
Second.
Suspend. Shaver?
Aye.
McKinney?
Aye.
Saracen?
Aye.
Bertone?
Aye.
Heights?
Aye.
Adopt. Shaver?
Aye.
McKinney?
Aye.
Saracen?
Aye.
Bertone?
Aye.
Heights?
Aye.
Thank you.
Resolution 2024-27, a resolution appointing Scott Mullen as a firefighter 1 for the Village of Fairport Harbor, Ohio, and declaring an emergency.
Move to adopt.
Second.
Move to suspend.
Second.
Suspend. Saracen?
Aye.
McKinney?
Aye.
Shaver?
Aye.
Bertone?
Aye.
Heights?
Aye.
Adopt. Saracen?
Aye.
McKinney?
Aye.
Shaver?
Aye.
Bertone?
Aye.
Heights?
Aye.
Thank you.
Resolution number 2024-28, a resolution appointing Madeline Botigi as a firefighter 3 for the Village of Fairport, Harbor, Ohio, and declaring an emergency.
Move to adopt.
Second.
Move to suspend.
Second.
Suspend. Shaver?
Aye.
Saracen?
Aye.
McKinney?
Aye.
Bertone?
Aye.
Heights?
Aye.
Adopt. Shaver?
Aye.
Saracen?
Aye.
McKinney?
Aye.
Bertone?
Aye.
Heights?
Aye.
Thank you.
These next two resolutions will go on first read. We have time to have three readings before we take a vote on them. These are both the resolutions for the additional 5.225 mil levies. The first one is the Fire Department levy. That's Resolution 2024-29, a resolution declaring the amount of taxes that may be raised by levy at the maximum rate authorized by law without a vote of the electors to be insufficient, and declaring the necessity to levy an additional 5.25 mil tax levy for the 5 years for the purpose of providing funds for the operation of the fire department in the village and declaring an emergency. I'm going to read the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th whereas. Whereas the millage for the requested levy is 5.25 mils per $1 of taxable value, which amounts to $184 for each $100,000 of the county auditor's appraised value. That's on first read. Resolution 2024-30, a resolution declaring the amount of taxes that may be raised by levy at the maximum rate authorized by law without a vote of the electors to be insufficient, and declaring the necessity to levy an additional 5.25 mil tax levy for the 5 years for the purpose of providing funds for the operation of the police department in the village and declaring an emergency. Again, I'm going to read the same whereas. Whereas the millage for the requested levy is 5.25 mils per $1 of taxable value, which amounts to $184 for each $100,000 of the county auditor's appraised value. That also is on first read. Resolution 2024-31, a resolution confirming the employment of David M. McGurk as interim village administrator, establishing his compensation, and declaring an emergency.
Move to adopt.
Second.
Move to suspend the rules.
Second.
Suspend. Bertone?
Aye.
Heights?
Aye.
McKinney?
Aye.
Shaver?
Aye.
Saracen?
Aye.
Adopt. Bertone?
Aye.
Heights?
Aye.
McKinney?
Aye.
Shaver?
Aye.
Saracen?
Aye.
Thank you.
And just to bring council up to date and the public where we are, Amy, we posted the administrator position 2 weeks ago now?
Yeah.
So we should be coming down this week.
April 19th.
Right, so we've had a few resumes. I read most of them Friday. I haven't been up to the office yet to see what came in over the weekend. So Dave is here to help us through the interim, and then as we get qualified candidates in, I'll probably do what I did the last time we hired an administrator. I'll sit 2 or 3 council members with me to have the interview process, and then from there we'll bring a finalist or 2 before the whole body for an interview, and then we'll make a decision. So I don't have a timeline on it. We'll make the best decision we can with the candidates that we have before us, but Dave will definitely get us through in the short term. So thank you guys for approving that. Resolution 2024-32, a resolution administratively recording the compensation of certain officials and employees of the village and declaring an emergency.
Move to adopt.
Second.
Move to suspend the rules.
Second.
Suspend. Bertone?
Aye.
Shaver?
Aye.
McKinney?
Aye.
Saracen?
Aye.
Heights?
Aye.
Adopt. Bertone?
Aye.
Shaver?
Aye.
McKinney?
Aye.
Saracen?
Aye.
Heights?
Aye.
Thank you.
Resolution 2024-33, a resolution confirming the appointment of Adam Dragovich as a Special Police Officer 3 for the Village of Fairport Harbor, Ohio, and declaring an emergency.
Move to adopt.
Second.
Move to suspend.
Second.
Suspend, I got this wrong. Saracen?
Aye.
Heights?
Aye.
McKinney?
Aye.
Shaver?
Aye.
Bertone?
Aye.
Hang on one second, let me get this right. There it is. Okay. Adopt. Saracen?
Aye.
Heights?
Aye.
McKinney?
Aye.
Shaver?
Aye.
Bertone?
Aye.
Thank you.
Resolution number 2024-34, resolution confirming the appointment of Philip Sheba as a Special Police Officer 3 for the Village of Fairport Harbor, Ohio, and declaring an emergency.
Move to adopt.
Second.
Move to suspend.
Second.
Suspend. McKinney?
Aye.
Heights?
Aye.
Shaver?
Aye.
Saracen?
Aye.
Bertone?
Aye.
Adopt. McKinney?
Aye.
Heights?
Aye.
Shaver?
Aye.
Saracen?
Aye.
Bertone?
Aye.
Thank you.
Jim, let me ask this. This one is authorizing the village administrator to enter into an agreement for this purchase of rock salt. That needs to be done and uploaded by May 3rd.
Well, no, yeah, it's not, it's just the solicitation for the bid. It's the initial phase of the bid process.
So we don't need I don't need his signature on
We
that
do
for now?
not,
Okay,
no.
fair enough. Okay, resolution number 2024-35, a resolution authorizing the village administrator to participate in an agreement with the Ohio Department of Transportation for the purchase of sodium chloride, that's rock salt, for the 2024-2025 winter season and declaring an emergency.
You sign.
Move to adopt.
Second.
Move to suspend the rules.
Second.
Suspend. Bertone?
Aye.
Heights?
Aye.
McKinney?
Aye.
Shaver?
Aye.
Saracen?
Aye.
Adopt. Bertone?
Aye.
Heights?
Aye.
McKinney?
Aye.
Shaver?
Aye.
Saracen?
Aye.
Thank you.
Okay, I don't have anything else this evening. Is anything from council?
Just wondering when David McGurk will he be starting right away or?
Or May. Yeah, I think it's the 1st of May is when Dave will start his Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday schedule. He had a vacation scheduled, I think, for this week, and then he'll be back in country then. So I believe his first date will be the 6th. Any other questions?
I wanted to bring up again about the Airbnbs. And right now, I think there's about 3 different names besides just Airbnb that are going through the village, which means more people are renting out. And we should have something. Other municipalities have done it, and Amy and I have talked about it quite a bit. But just so we can move forward on it before it gets really going on during the summer.
See what we could do about putting legislation before you again. It's fine.
Do we have any update, Mr. Lyons, from the state? Weren't they talking about enacting some sort of legislation? Wasn't that in part regulating Airbnbs for bows and
I thought that they were talking about,
some kind of guidelines or something?
I thought that they were going to prohibit us from enacting guidelines to stop them, but I haven't heard that that's advanced down in the State House. So I can look into that and let you know.
I just remember
I
there
do
was
know
something
Madison
going on.
Village in the recent past enacted a pretty comprehensive Airbnb. I think some other communities are looking at also.
Yeah, I think I saw where couple others actually passed it.
Right. So,
Yeah, I hadn't heard that the state took any official action.
yeah, I haven't
yet.
heard that. So.
Okay, I have nothing else, so we are open to the public. You know what to do, Karen.
There you go, Tony.
Thank you for raising your hand.
Karen Bidlack, 635 Eagle Street. David McGurk, that name sounds really familiar. Was he a former village administrator?
Yes.
Okay, that's
Twice.
how okay. And how, okay.
Twice.
Twice, okay. And he's coming back just to fill in? Okay. Is he someone that will be considered for the position? Or
He
okay.
doesn't want to be in, no.
He just, oh, I knew that name, okay. And then, for the, fire and police levy, when that 3rd reading happens, is there going to be any public session or information session where we can learn more about it and what's involved in the need?
I would say come to the next 2 council meetings. We can
Okay.
talk about it then.
Okay.
And I'm sure there'll be talks throughout if council decides.
More of
to
an,
move forward
like
with
an
it.
open forum?
I would
with-
say this would be the open forum.
Okay,
Right. And I'm not saying that there won't be another one, but what I'm saying is the reason why we didn't pass it by emergency is that we would like to see the public. We would like to engage with the public. We would like to talk about this with the public. That's why there's 3 reads. That's why there's a council meeting the 3rd Tuesday of every month at 6:30 right here at the senior center.
well, would this be a good time for me to ask,
Yeah,
what is the
absolutely.
purpose behind the levies?
Yes.
What is the purpose?
So the reason for the 2 separate levies is we're looking to alleviate the pressure that's on the general fund. So I don't know the exact numbers, but I would say a good 75% or better of our budget goes to the salaries of police and fire. And what it does is it handcuffs us in what we're able to do with the rest of the village. We would like to secure funding, and this by no means pays for everything for police and fire, but it will reduce the load on the general fund by a significant amount. And it'll lock money up for the operation of both police and fire. Those monies will be dedicated to them and them only. So it gives the 2 chiefs some stability in the funds that they're given to run their departments with.
And the funds will be separate, like
They'll be separate,
they'll each
right.
make their own decisions how the funds are being used, and it's for, you said operation,
Yes.
beyond salaries, is that, or is it, could be part of salaries?
I would say salaries are going to absolutely be a part of it, but it's
Okay.
for the operation of their departments.
Okay.
And we debated putting them together, but then I put the 2 chiefs in a room and they have to fight for the money that they think that they need, right? So this way, that money is dedicated both, and we come back to the voter every 5 years if we're successful in the passage to defend the right, to defend they ask again to fund those departments, Karen.
Okay, and this is just a brand-new levy,
Yes.
it's not continuing, or it's
You
just,
got
but
it.
after 5 years, then we could, you'll review it again, maybe, so, okay. But I'd still
Now-
like to have like an
now,
open, what?
Before we go further, I don't know if I explained that exactly correctly, but that's how I understand it. I don't know if any of the other members of council want to speak to it, to what you asked. That was just my 2 cents on it, so I want to get.
The only
council
thing
a
I
chance.
would add is what we're voting on, is to put the levy on the ballot. It's still up to the voters to pass the levy. So there'll be, these 3 meetings that we're talking about it, and you can ask some preliminary questions, but then we'll have our case laid out, so to speak, prior to the election. There may be some meetings there if the public requests it,
Okay.
focusing on that.
And you'll know how it's worded for the ballot, or you
Right.
haven't reached that point yet?
Sure.
How the
Correct.
reading's going to be, okay, all right, thank you.
You should be familiar with it after going through it with the
Yes.
school. So
Yes, I'm
your
very
questions are
familiar
all
with it.
taken, but you've been
Asked
through
a
this.
lot of questions when it comes to that, and
You know the
taxpayers' money.
necessities
Yeah.
and the need
Yeah.
from your experience at the school, so.
Karen, I absolutely appreciate the question.
Thank you.
Mayor.
Thank you. Yes, sir.
So we have these 2 fine gentlemen here that know how to run the department quite well. How about at the next council meeting? They prepare a slide deck each of what the funds will do for the department. I know that early in the year, you discussed what you'd like to do with those funds and what the direction of the departments are, so it should be pretty simple to put something together. But we have a TV camera that's broadcasting this, right? So the whole village can take a look at this. And it's transparent, everybody knows what we're doing, and you'll do a fine job, and it probably will sell the reason why we need to do that, or generate questions that we need to answer before we get to Election Day. So that would be my ask.
Okay.
And I would just like to say that hopefully with the levy monies, it would keep our retention rate and our training rate, be able to keep our people that we train and get going. I mean, we're lucky that we have 2 chiefs that are as diligent with their limited budget that we have now. And I think we all know how important both of those services are in the village, so.
Okay, thank you. No other questions from the, yes, ma'am?
Ellen Brown, 317 Chestnut. We do currently have a levy for the police and the fire, a small one, that's outstanding, correct?
We have a fire levy for apparatus. I don't know that there's a singular one for police,
I thought
correct?
they were voted on together.
There's a police pension levy, which is a small thing that aids with pension, and then there is fire, which is capital equipment, anything that lasts more than 5 years. Those are the only ones that directly support either of these departments.
And those will be continuing
Yes,
and
those
being
will continue.
voted on again when they are
Yes.
coming due?
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
Okay,
ma'am.
thank you.
Thank you.
Jim Sparrow, Water Street. Amy, public service is one of the toughest callings out there. It's often a thankless job. Just want to say thank you.
Thank you.
Good luck in your new ventures.
Thank you.
Question on, people mentioned information packet with the pictures of the water tower images. Is that something we could look
Sure.
at tonight, or?
Yeah, you can have mine.
Okay, that'd be great to see. And third thing I wanted to say was I was completely wrong about the Eclipse crowd. I thought it was going to be swamping our village. I'm glad it did not. It was seemed to be really well managed, well run, and I was glad that my predictions of hordes of Eclipse goers coming to our village and locking us up for hours didn't come true. So I want to admit when I was wrong. Last time I was here, I asked about surveys, asking the public what to do down at the old water plant. And I talked to the Port Authority, asked here, I went to the Lake County Development Board and asked them, and seemed like if there was any survey that had been done a while ago. So I did a thing and asked the internet and asked Facebook and got a wide number of ideas. If anybody's interested, I'd be glad to let you know what people said. Or we didn't get a huge amount of people responding to my question, but it was pretty diverse and it was pretty interesting. There are a few things that I think possibly could be easy to achieve and implement that the public might like. And in the short term between now and something else. So anyhow, that's all I wanted to say. Thank you for your time. Yep.
Appreciate it.
Yep, bye-bye.
Speaking of the clips, it was pretty spectacular. It did not disappoint, so.
No.
Okay, motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
McKinney.
Aye.
Heights.
Aye.
Shaver. Saracen.
Aye.
Bertone.
Aye.
Thank you. I do need to do, yeah, somebody does have.